Okay. So now that I covered what that is and how you can easily get caught into it, I want you to think about something, which is the whole point of this channel in the first place anyway. What if it were you? How would you have handled the situation? Or if you knew someone who needed help who was raped in some way or some form, how would you have helped them? Or would you help them? Or would you just sit back and watch and, say, oh, don't worry about it. I'm not going to worry about that person. Sure, they were affected. Sure, they're emotionally distraught. But someone will come and help them eventually. Why couldn't it just be you? Why couldn't you help them? How would you feel if you were in that person's situation and you felt horrible? Your emotions were all over the place. Your body didn't want to function like it was supposed to. And you were scared about every single person that came across your path. You were afraid to even ask for help because you were afraid something else might happen. How would you feel if you were that person? And nobody wanted to help you. I'm going to go back to the example I used of the person who sits on the side of the street back on episode 1 that I recorded. If you were that person sitting under the street, wouldn't you want someone to help you? I mean, if you were legitimately sitting there because you had no one else to turn to, you had no way of making up any money because you had no identity, you had no name, nothing to your name, nothing you could say you owe, wouldn't you want someone to help you if you were in that person's situation? I'm pretty sure you would. Even the smallest thing, like a sandwich, would have made a difference. For these people who have been raped, just simply calling the local rape network, or even the police to help is enough to help these people. But you wouldn't know unless you actually tried. You have nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to lose in helping these people. And yet more people every single day would rather sit on their butt and be like, oh, don't worry about it. It will never happen to me. Or it won't happen to anybody I know. But then when it happens to you, you're like, well, why isn't anyone helping me? Just consider the fact that a couple days ago, you were saying the same thing that everyone else is probably saying, and they're probably not going to help you. And the ones that do might be the only people you can literally and truly call your friends. These people, you say that they're your friends, you say they're close to you, you need to stop and think and ask yourself, and even ask them, if you were to get stuck in this type of situation, would they help you? And if so, how immediately? I see women helping a lot of women out. But are they helping for the right reason? Or are they helping because they get something out of it and the other person is stuck all by themselves in a lonely cave? Think about that. So with that being said, it's currently 2:14 a.m. So let's go ahead and continue off of that. If you think you know someone, or you know someone who has been raped, or that person was you, there's a couple things I want you to do. Okay? First off, don't blame yourself. Okay? The rape wasn't your fault. Okay? Talk to an adult, go to the police station or a hospital right away. If you don't have an adult to talk to first, just go straight to the police station or the hospital. Okay? Second, don't urinate, or in some people's cases, don't pee before getting any help. Okay? Get a urine test as soon as possible. Okay? A urine test can tell if someone gave you a date rape drug, but these drugs can leave your system in as little as 12 hours. So, with that being said, don't even go take a dunk. Okay? Don't. In some people's cases, don't go poop. Okay? Don't bathe or change clothes at all. Okay? Before you get any help. Doing these things can remove any possible evidence of the rape, such as even semen, fluid from men or even women, because it does happen in reverse, okay? Or even hair that belongs to that person could be on you, okay? Next, get medical care right away, okay? Tell the doctor or nurse if you think you were drugged. He or she will give you a urine test right away because a date rape drug leaves your body so quickly. You also get a medical exam to make sure you don't have any other injuries. The doctor or nurse will test you for sexual transmitted diseases, including HIV and otherwise, and offer you emergency contraception to prevent pregnancy if that is the case, unless you want the child. If the doctor or nurse does not mention testing for STDs or emergency contraception, you need to ask them for it. Second to last, get emotional support, okay? You may feel terribly shocked, afraid, or even emotionally numb, but whatever you're feeling, talk to someone who cares about you personally, okay? Get help from a mental health professional. A hospital usually can put you in touch with a counselor or support group, okay? You can talk with a hotline counselor. I have the information and the phone numbers for that if you need it. And then talk to your parent or guardian, okay? A counselor can help you talk with your parents or guardians. They may be upset, but that's just because they care about you. There's no reason to worry about that in the first place, okay? So with this being said, these are free hotlines that are available 24 hours a day and can even help anybody who's been sexually assaulted or if they need advice. The National Sexual Assault Hotline is 1-800-656-HOPE. For those who don't know, that's 1-800-656-4673. Then there's the National Domestic Violence Hotline, which is 1-800-799-7233. And then the Girls and Boys Town National Hotline as well. The Girls and Boys Town National Hotline is 1-800-448-3000, or for TDD, 1-800-448-1833, okay? These lines will help anybody who is in need of help, okay? You can also help find local resources. You can also find those there, including women's shelters and other services through your local phone book, religious center, school, counselor, nurse, and or doctor's office, okay? Also consider self-defense. Stranger rape, date rape are never the victim's fault, but they may be some things you can do to protect yourself as well. Stay calm and think. That's the first thing. If someone surprises you with an attack, don't focus on fighting back. Focus on getting away. If you stay aware of your surroundings, you may be able to get away before something even happens. For example, say you're jogging and you happen to have a feeling that someone is watching you. Don't ignore your instincts. Immediately leave the area and move towards people. Okay? Second, make a noise. A lot of it. If someone's approaching you and you feel uncomfortable, don't stay silent. Say, shout no or get away. You can also shout help me or even fire. Use your voice even if you don't think other people will hear you. It may startle an attacker long enough for you to run or even drive away. Last but not least, carry a goddamn cell phone if possible. Make sure it is charged. Okay, make sure it is programmed with your parents' phone number, and even 911 in case you're afraid, so you can be, in case you're threatened, you can call it immediately. It's better to be safe than sorry, and don't be afraid to shout. I've already called the police if they're approaching you. Okay, sometimes girls worry about being nice and don't want to draw attention to themselves, but some girls may fear of making a big deal about nothing. But even if your gut tells them to worry, the most important thing is for you to be safe. So don't worry about other people or what they think. It's better to be safe than sorry. And that brings an end to this segment.